Hello everyone and welcome back to Resident Evil 2 DualShock version. I am your host JadetheTempest and I am feeling a lot better. A lot better than I have over the past week anyhow. And with that said, we can jump right back into what we've been doing for quite a while. Resident Evil 2 DualShock version. I'll go figure. So what I'm doing here, if I remember, well first of all, if I remember properly, we had just escaped the police station finally. I will be putting this away because it's just wasting my inventory. And I believe, yes, we'll be needing this here. And that should be about all. So, as you remember from last time, we now have Ada with us. I don't remember exactly how long she'll be with us. Oh, well, actually, she'll be with us for the entirety of this sewer system, so that's always fun. Now, over here we have ourselves a nice little facts, sewer manager facts. User list of the connecting facility. On the first and third Wednesday of the month, Angelica Margaret, Chief of Maintenance, will make use of the facilities. Be sure to reduce the moisture levels in the facility by activating the fan, as the equipment she will be using is susceptible to the effects of water vapors. On the 28th of every month, the chemical transporter Don Wheeler will use the facility. The chemicals he will be transporting are extremely volatile. Extreme caution should be observed through their transport. On the 6th and 16th of every month, Police Chief Brian Irons will visit the facility to attend the regular meetings that take place in the lab. On the 4th Friday of every other month, William Birkin will use the facility to conduct a training seminar for the Chicago branch of Umbrella Inc. As the probability of an attack upon Dr. Birkin will be high, take every measure conceivable to guard his life. You will be informed of all other potential visitors and the time they will arrive, as needed. Guide these individuals to their destination safely. We expect nothing but the best from you. Charles Coleman, Secretary Chief, Umbrella Headquarters. Alrighty then. So if we run over here, you notice that this cabinet doesn't look quite right. So we'll push that right out of the way. Unfortunately, however, this door is to the warehouse. Will you open it? Yes. Okay, I thought that door would be locked, but it is not. So we will head downstairs. And I do not believe Ada will follow us because she's afraid of the dark or something. I'm not quite sure. That's quite alright, because we'll run over here and we will see this oil lantern. We will use our lighter to try to light the wall, apparently, because I'm looking the wrong way. Silly me. Alright, so we're going to use that to light the thing, and if I believe over here we have magnum ammo. We'll be using that later, not right now. Now if we go over here, we'll find that it's also dark over this area, so we're going to need to light another oil lantern. These are very conveniently placed and very helpful to our needs, and over here we have shotgun shells. I believe this actually might be all that's down here, just ammunition, which is never a bad thing. Don't think I'm complaining, because I'm not. Okay. So yes, I was correct in saying that that was all that was down there. We'll be finding another room like this a little later on. So we'll go up here and collect Ada. There you go, Ada. What were you doing over there? Stop being off screen. Anyhow.
Leon, that woman was... I have to talk to her.
As you can see, we've been shot. Leon is not feeling like... He's not feeling very well. I would assume he's feeling now what I've been feeling for the past couple of days. Probably worse, because at least I didn't feel like I had a bullet shoved through my back. Or chest. I'm not quite sure where he was shot, to be honest. But we'll be playing as Ada again, as you can see, once again with our 13 handgun bullets and 45 extra rounds and a first aid spray. I never checked this the last time we played as her. Picture taken fairly recently. I probably should have looked at that picture rather than skip past it like it meant nothing. Oh, I guess you can't. I'm assuming that's John and Ada, though it looks kind of odd. So enough dilly-dally, we will now be chasing this white lab coded person, which I can't stand. I cannot stand people in white coats, doctors, scientists. They all bother me. I have no problem with the people themselves. I just don't like going to them. They frighten me. And if I remember properly, inside this little shaft there's a bunch of cockroaches. Yet another thing I can't stand. So we'll be running away from them for our lives. Those things give me the creeps. Sicken me too, but we won't get into that.
Don't move. You're the one who was with that cop, if I'm not mistaken. Identify yourself. Ada Wong. Ada Wong. I've heard that name before. Now I remember. One of the men from Chicago who came to assist the T-virus research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you? Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus. William Birkin. What? John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining him shortly. I won't let anyone take the G-virus away from me. G-virus? It's capable of creating the ultimate bioweapon. Its potential is even greater than that of the T-virus. Then that must mean the creature in the police department is... precisely... my husband, William. And it's all Umbrella's fault. None of this would have happened if they hadn't tried to steal his research away from him.
This way.
It's sheer perfection. My precious G-virus. No one will ever take you away from me.
There he is.
So you finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
Stop it! You might hit the sample. That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first. Stay here.
Alpha team, have you retrieved the sample yet?
Affirmative. We'll be at the rendezvous point in 1 minute.
Roger.
Are you telling me that he injected the G-virus into his own body? The G-virus has the ability to revitalize cellular functions.
What was that? Something's wrong. Let's check it out. Over there! Shoot it! Eat this, you freak! I'm stopping it! What is this thing? Hurry! What is this thing? Fire! Fire! You son of a...
So those rats were the carriers of the virus. As a result of his virus-induced transmutation, William should have lost any prior memories he had as a human by now. Even worse, every G-virus bioweapon, including William, has the ability to implant embryos into other creatures. And create offspring. No. Too bad.
I will not even begin to go into what I believe is wrong with all of that cutscene, all the way from Ada knowing exactly who William Birkin was, up to the point where she managed to grab the gun when she should have been shot right in the face. Needless to say, that was pretty good insight into what happened in the actual story so far. But ignoring all the faults in said cutscene, we will be heading down here now. I don't know if it's just me, but that sounded a lot like Claire, not Ada.
Ada?
And as you can see, we were playing once again as Leon. I am actually hurt. But, normally if I was wearing the normal costume, you would be able to see the blood where he was shot and the actual bullet wound. Unfortunately, we are not wearing the original costume, the police, the RPD uniform. And thus, you cannot see where he was shot, though he will continue to act like he's been shot. I believe even if we were in fine mode, he would still be holding his chest like that. I'm not 100% sure, though. Now, if we go over here, we will find our first of the 2 coins we need to find in this area. The wolf medal, or, yes, the medal, not the coin. And before I continue on, I almost forgot to drop off this magnum ammo, which would become a horrible inconvenience to us if we keep it any longer, so we'll be dropping it off soon. Now, I know I said Ada would be accompanying us for most of this area, and she still will be. We just have to find her again. We'll be keeping... oh, no, we'll drop the medal off for now because we still need to find the last medal. And thus that would make it completely pointless to have at this point in time. Yeah, so heading back out here into the sewers. You have to think, that must be, considering Leon must have a wound over his chest now, that must be horribly painful and horribly, what would the word be? Why am I forgetting words all of a sudden? Oh no. Unsanitary, that's the word. This should be completely unsanitary to any open wound. Could you imagine what is in these waters? This is definitely not one of my favorite areas, not because it's hard or anything, but as you notice, I don't have much to say at the point. It's because this area is completely dull. I mean, there's not much to it. It's just a bunch of open areas and water, spiders galore. But besides that, there's not much to talk about like the police station had, and I'm slowly beginning to wish we had never left the police station as quickly as we did. That's quite alright. Because we'll actually be entering, or we'll actually be facing one of the more interesting things in this area now that I remember. Wait for this to slowly fall. Yes. Now, this is usually an overlook, but once you've made it over the bridge, you will want to make sure you bring it back up, because we're going to have to be going back up there very soon. Ow. My knuckles. I really have to find a wider area to learn. I have to learn to find a wider area to let's play in, because this very narrow corridor I am sitting in at the moment is not a great place to do it. I seem to damage myself more than I do Leon. We'll be taking these herbs because we may definitely need these, unless... no, actually we might not need them, we'll see. It all depends in the end. However, we are given an ink ribbon. Grab the ink ribbon, Leon. Ah! Yes, an ink ribbon. I will be using it. Just... no, don't tell me these things. There we are. I'll be using it, and surprisingly enough, I only have 10 saves, which is a lot more. A lot more than I thought I would have up to this point. With that being said, we will now enter the inner workings of the water pool here. I'm not entirely sure exactly what this room is for. I'm assuming it's just a corridor to get from A to B, but who knows. Now you notice we passed a little like lit area back there. That'll become very important very soon. Believe you me.
Ada!
Oh no, it seems we've taken another frame rate hit, and this is not good because what's about to happen? Damn you, frame rate hits and giant alligators. Or crocodile. It's one of them. I'm not sure. Pretty sure my animal fanatics will be able to tell me what that is. But as you can see, we've taken a huge frame rate hit, so I'll be fixing that now. I apologize. Alright, and we're back, and as you can see, I am running my butt off right now. So we'll be dropping this out of the lit area that I talked about in a moment ago. And we'll see what happens from here. Now he should grab whatever that little item is into his mouth. I don't remember exactly what that's supposed to be, but good, he's grabbed it. So now we will shoot, and there he goes. It's actually a lot easier boss fight than most people think. I've actually seen a few people actually try to fight him without doing that, and I can promise you it's not a good idea to do so. Now, as I said, I'm not sure what that was. I'm pretty sure we could have read it, but I had forgotten completely to do that, so we won't even worry about it. And instead we will run by the damn thing and head into, not into Ada's room, but we will head towards Ada. And here you go slopping around in filth again, Leon. You must be infected something by now. Or you must have infected something by now.
Leon.
This bullet wound isn't making things any easier.
Quiet, Leon. I'll patch you up. That's 2 I owe you.
Don't mention it.
I just found out. John's dead.
What?
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
Now, every time it happens, I say I'm not sure why this is happening. Stupid frame rate issues bothering me to no end. But I actually do know why. It's because I have piss poor all RAM in this particular computer I'm using to do my Let's Plays, and unfortunately it's the only computer I have to do my Let's Plays. Luckily enough, I will be collecting more RAM soon, so you won't have to worry about that anymore. I know it's not the graphics card in the computer or the processor, because both are pretty good. The only problem at this point is indeed RAM, considering I have almost less than a gig of it, which can cause a lot of problems, as you can see, but we won't worry about that for now. For now, we will read the sewer manager's diary. June 28th. It's been a while, but I saw Don today, and we talked after completing our work. Now, he told me I'd been sick in bed until yesterday. And he sounds a lot like me. It really doesn't come as much of a surprise given how long he's been working here. He was sweating like a horse and kept scratching his body while we were talking. I asked if he was hot, but he just looked at me funny. What's wrong with him anyway? July 7th. Chief Irons has been visiting the lab quite often lately. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he always looks grim. The expression on his face has been even more unsettling than usual. My guess is that it's because Dr. Birkin's impossible requests. The chief has my sympathies, though. After all, he's done for the town. He doesn't deserve this. July 21st. I rarely drink because I'm on the graveyard shift. But I don't suppose I have much to complain about, since this is how I make my living. August 16th. Chief Irons came in late today, looking grimmer than his usual self. I tried to joke with him to cheer him up, but he wasn't amused. He pulled his gun and threatened to shoot me. I was able to calm him down, but that guy must have some serious problems. He knows he can't enter the lab without my help and my metal. Crap. I'm sorry for my blarg speaking today, as usual. This is what it means for the chief, to serve and to protect. August 21st. William informed me that the police and media have begun their investigation on Umbrella's affairs. He said that the investigation will be citywide, and that there is a possibility they'll even search through the sewers. He asked me to suspend all Umbrella sewer facility operations until the investigation is concluded. The sewer will still be used for passage, but he stressed that I have to be extremely cautious, and that I'd lose my job if anyone finds out about this operation. Indeed, it looks like Umbrella is quite secretive as ever. For anyone who knows Resident Evil 1, they actually hid their secret labs under a mansion in a forest far away from this town, and now they're hiding their mansion under a sewer under the town. Or, it's not even under the town, to be honest. It's more like near the town. You'll see what I mean soon enough. But that being said, we will move on. And now that we have both medals, we can actually not leave the sewers, not quite yet anyhow. But we will actually be on the path to doing so. So now we can return to this godforsaken ventilation shaft, the nasty cockroach flying bug things that really... Oh, perhaps not. Oh, it seems I've grown lucky this time. Usually they're in there twice, but apparently I only see them once this time around. That's always a good thing for me. So now that that's all out of the way and Leon's all patched up, we'll be heading back to the save room for a final time so I can put this valve away. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I do not think we'll be using this valve anymore for the rest of the game. That being said, take it out of our inventory so it's not wasting space as it does. So if I remember properly, we'll actually be getting our next weapons upgrade as well, which is always a good thing. Let's go, Ada. Follow me, for I will protect you. For I will protect you. Assuming I can work the operations of this elevator. Stop staring at her like that, Leon. She's not into you that way. So as I said, this area is rather dull, as there hasn't been much to do here. We collected a few medals, fought a giant alligator who went down in one hit. By far one of my least favorite areas, and I really feel like they could have done a lot more with it. I believe Ada is now poisoned as well, but we can't tell, unfortunately. And this is the one time Ada shows a bit of incompetence, because for some reason she does not know how to shoot upwards. She will shoot anything else with a pretty deadly accuracy, but when it comes to things that are slightly above her head, she does not know what she is doing, and it becomes rather annoying with spiders and the such. However, she seems to fix that little mental disability when we fight yet our next boss. And with the ceiling trying to cave in on us, you can tell that will be very soon. As a matter of fact, I probably should have brought the Magnum, but to be honest, I could probably handle this with the shotgun. So it should all be fine, it'll just take slightly longer than it normally would. Will you turn on the power? Of course I will turn on the power, because we will be stuck here forever if I do not. It leads me to wonder why they even ask you questions like that. Will you turn on the power? They might as well ask, do you want to escape and survive and live the rest of your life peacefully? Because if you don't, because if you don't, just say no, and you can be stuck here forever until monsters kill you. And here we have our next boss. It's the arm of William G. Yes, it's that creature that actually took out Ben earlier, and actually, if I remember properly, I might be able to get him to come out of that hole over and over again. Yes, I can. So this boss fight is actually rather sad, to be honest. I don't even think you could consider this a boss battle. Probably more or less a mini-boss. If you can even call it that, to be honest. Yes, that fight was rather a joke. If you ask me, it was more or less just there to artificially lengthen the game, but I'm not one to judge. So with that out of the way, we will now move on. We will actually be heading back because there is an item back there, if I remember properly. Or no, it's not back there. It's just an item that cannot... Oh yes, here it goes. The weapon box key. However, if we say no, you normally cannot see that. Now, this little flare here, if you were to set it off, would then show off this item. However, either way you can pick it up, whether you shoot off the flare or not. That's the only flare's actual use, is to show off the item. So we'll now be moving on and be getting our next weapons upgrade. No, we will not be using the weapons box item key. Or weapons key box item, whatever you want to call it. The weapon box key, there you are. No, we'll be actually switching to our handgun. That's the not waste shotgun shells. And it seems I'm taking yet another hit to my frames here. This is becoming quite an annoyance. Hopefully it'll fix its... Oh dear, hello. Get off of my neck. Get off of it, please. Thank you, Ada. You were quite helpful. Because of you, I do not have to worry about my neck being chewed. Yes, I apologize thoroughly for this frame hit. Even though I know what's doing it, it's still completely annoying, so allow me to fix that yet again. And we're back! Now, if I remember properly, no, this body does not have anything. Why do you not have anything, body? Right, because you are for Ada, I believe, later on. Or not Ada, you are for Claire, and yet again we are dropping frames. This is brilliant. I thoroughly apologize, I truly do. Back are now we can. Yes, we are back. I honestly apologize for these hits. I do hope this upgrade in RAM I'm getting soon will fix these problems, but if we are lucky it shouldn't be happening anymore anytime soon anyhow. It seems to only happen in these narrow corridors, which we won't be having much of later on, and I am out of handgun ammo. That's just great. But it doesn't matter because we still have plenty of every other kind of ammo. And this is not the way we want to go, not quite yet. Because if we do, we will be completely missing this zombie. Wait a minute. Now something's terribly off. And yet again, we have more frame rate issues. Oh dear. Huh. Well, we'll be heading back this way. I don't think I'm gonna cut it this time. Only because I'm getting ready to end this video anyway, because it's only almost at the 30-minute mark and we're almost at our next save point. So I'm just gonna drudge through this slow down. I hope it doesn't annoy you too much. We're not really going very far. We're only going back to where I saw that dead body, and because he should have given me an item, and I'm not quite sure why he didn't, to be honest. I checked his body thoroughly, or at least I thought I did. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure why an average civilian would even have this sort of item. But if we check this... Where is this item? Why is it not here? What is this? Here we go. I was just not searching in the right spot. We have the shotgun parts. Do not, and I do reiterate, do not ask me why a standard civilian would be holding these types of items. Especially to be granted a shotgun that looks something like this, and I will be wasting a shot just to show you what happens when I use it. Now, normally Leon would shoot the shotgun and just be fine. However, with a gun like this, and you will see why this is one of my favorite guns, but with a gun like this, it's POW! He is knocked back about 5 feet. It's unnecessary, it is, and the recoil makes it very hard to use in certain situations, but the devastating power it packs is just amazing. So we will be having a bit of fun with that weapon for the rest of the game, to be honest, because I do believe the lab is one of the areas where you get the most shotgun shells. But moving on, drudging through the sludge that is the slowdown. Now, as you saw over there are 2 green herbs. I don't think I'll be going over those. Yes, I don't think I'll be going for those because we have enough healing items as it is. If you remember, I left a few healing items in the police station as well. It's because I honestly don't need them. I would suggest new players pick them up. I'm pretty sure you saw where they were, but if you did not, I will point them out in a later video. They are very helpful if you don't quite understand what you're doing. And real fast before I end this video, I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm not even going to bother because we are at the 31-minute mark or something like that. So, and as you can see, there are more shotgun shells over there, so this will be our best friend for quite a while. Anyhow, this has been JadetheTempest. I really apologize for this stupid slowdown. I hope I get it fixed soon, but until then, we'll just have to fight it, much like fighting the zombies. But anyhow, now I'm just rambling idiocy, so I'm just going to cut it here. This has been JadetheTempest. I hope you enjoyed. I will talk to you later, I suppose. Or no. Yes. Goodbye.